Portal. Current events. Portal. Talk language. Watch view source. Worldwide current events. Sports events. Recent deaths. Entry views by week list. Today's most viewed articles. Topics in the news. Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani. Former Emir of Qatar. Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani. Pictured. Dies at the age of 74. China's Long March 10B becomes the first orbital rocket booster recovered after launch using a net-based recovery system. 13 people are killed in a wildfire in Almeria, Spain. A series of coordinated attacks across Pakistan's Balochistan province leaves at least 42 people dead. The IOC provisionally lifts its suspension of the Russian Olympic Committee. Ongoing. FIFA World Cup. Flamingo Revolution. Iran War. Lebanon War. Russo-Ukrainian War. Timeline. Recent deaths. Little Gerhard. Darren Hinch. Renault Hardy. Eddie Goldenberg. Patricia Green. Dermot Murnaghan. Nominated article July 17th, 2026. Friday. Edit the story. Watch Armed Conflicts and Attacks. 2026 Iran War. 2026 Iranian strikes on Bahrain. The Iranian army says that it has launched a drone strike at the Al Sakhr Air Base in Bahrain, where U.S. military helicopters and P-8 reconnaissance aircraft are stored, as part of its 11th phase of a SEAGAT operation. July 16th, 2026. Thursday. Edit the story. Watch Armed Conflicts and Attacks. 2026 Iran War. 2025 to 2026 Iran United States negotiations. 2026 Iran War ceasefire. White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt says that Iran is still interested in an agreement with the United States. Reuters. Kuwait in the 2026 Iran War. The Kuwaiti Defense Ministry reports that the military intercepted and destroyed 32 drones entering the country's airspace. Arab Times. Kuwait. The United States Central Command launches new strikes against Iran for a sixth consecutive night in an effort to degrade Iranian military capabilities. Middle East high explosions are reported in Iran's Keshm Island, Bushehr, Abbas, and Bandar Abbas, including a bridge in Bandar Kamir. A truck on the bridge is reported to be targeted, killing the driver. Turkey today. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghi reports a U.S. strike near a children's cancer hospital in Abbas, prompting the evacuation of 211 cancer patients undergoing treatment, including chemotherapy. Muslim Network TV Arab News. Tasnim News Agency reports that American fighter jets attacked the Iron Shire airport in the Sistan and Balochistan province. In News. MTV. Sudanese civil war. Sudanese refugee crisis around 1,000 Sudanese in Egypt are reported by a local committee to have returned to the country. Middle East Monitor. The Sudanese armed forces says that they have destroyed around 205 combat vehicles, military supply trucks, and 4 strategic drones belonging to the rapid support forces in the past 2 weeks. AA Sudan Tribune. Disasters and accidents. 11 people are killed and 19 more injured in a fire at a care facility in Algiers, Algeria. BBC News. 6 members of a family are killed after a fire engulfed their house in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, Pakistan. Xinhua. Health and Environment. 2026 Ebola epidemic. The Ugandan Health Ministry reports that Uganda has discharged its last patient diagnosed with Ebola, triggering a 42-day countdown clock on when it can be declared free of the virus. Reuters. 2026 United States cyclosporiasis outbreak. The Washington Post links the iceberg lettuce produced by Taylor Farms and supplied to American fast food chain Taco Bell as a source of the current cyclosporiasis outbreak in the United States, which is caused by Cyclosporic avidensis. Reuters. The Washington Post. Taco Bell removes lettuce from some of their restaurants following reports that the Food and Drug Administration has opened an investigation into iceberg lettuce supplied to them. The Hill. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services reports that the amount of hospitalizations in the state linked to the cyclosporiasis outbreak has surpassed more than 100 people. ABC News. Law and crime. War crimes during the Sudanese civil war. Sudanese Justice Minister Abdallah Dirit says that the government will launch lawsuits against the United Arab Emirates International Courts for its role in supporting war crimes by the rapid support forces in the ongoing civil war. Sudan Tribune. Former Autostrade per El Italia, ASPI, CEO Giovanni Castellucci is convicted and sentenced to 12 years in prison for his role in the 2018 collapse of the Ponte Morandi in Genoa, Liguria, Italy, which killed 43 people on Citrasporto Europa. Huachical Fiscal. Organized crime in Mexico. Ernesto Rufo Pell, former governor of Baja California, Mexico, 1989 to 1995, is arrested on charges related to organized crime and fuel smuggling. Gringo Gazette. Politics and elections. Dismissal of Mikhailo Fedorov. Protests take place in Kyiv and other cities across Ukraine against President Volodymyr Zelensky's decision to replace Defense Minister Mikhailo Fedorov with Major General Yevgeny Ichmera. BBC News. Reuters. Ukrainian Air Force Deputy Commander Pavlo Yelizarov resigns from his position in protest of Fedorov's removal as defense minister. BBC News.